In a conversation with Polygon at the Games Developer Conference, or GDC, Xbox's Phil Spencer shared his thoughts on the video game industry. And there's a lot of industry-wide problems at the moment, but Xbox and some others seem to know how to fix it. As we know, video games take years to make with large teams sharing multiple sources across the world. And Phil Spencer says that game development can cost about $300 million per game. Now that obviously comes with its own problems. High development costs lowers the risk that publishers are willing to make, which can impede on creativity, originality, and forces the question of console exclusivity. Phil Spencer said, "Am I willing to take the red on new IP on a new kind of game when the earn-out risk is that high? I think it impinges on the creativity of this industry. Creativity is like the cornerstone of what we should be about in gaming." Now, Phil Spencer also mentioned that the video game console market hasn't expanded much in the last year. Although Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo Switch consoles are still selling, gamers are still upgrading and not really adding to the market growth. And the imbalance of high development costs and low sales is also having a very real human impact as well. I mean, just this year, the gaming industry has faced ongoing layoffs and redundancies. Xbox cut almost 2,000 jobs in the gaming division, Sony cut almost 1,000 jobs, and Sega have now announced that they're cutting 240 jobs. And that's all just this year. And on the issue of gaming industry layoffs and redundancies, Phil Spencer said, "If you're not going to grow the revenue side, then the cost side becomes challenged." And in a way of saving costs, is that why we're seeing more of a push on digital media and not physical? I mean, the new Xbox that we think is coming out this year seems to be an all-digital console. Some gaming outlets have stopped selling second-hand physical games completely, and some games are even launched as digital only. Now, how does this industry get back to growth? It can grow, and it will grow again. Now, this is where moving away from console exclusivity becomes a thing. I mean, we know of Microsoft's recent gaming strategy of putting some of their Xbox games onto rival platforms, such as Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Grounded, and Pentinent. However, tiptoeing away from the exclusivity mindset has been rumbling for some time. We can already find Nintendo games on mobile: Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing, Pocket Camp, Super Mario Run, Mario Kart Tour, and we've already seen Sony share some PlayStation exclusives with PC. God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Marvel's Spider-Man, Uncharted, and the recent and very successful Helldivers. Now, Shaun Layden, the former boss of PlayStation, recently said on GamesBeat, "When your costs for a game exceed $200 million, exclusivity is your Achilles heel. It reduces your addressable market. Another platform is just another way of opening the funnel, getting more people in." He also said, "If you're spending $250 million, you want to be able to sell it to as many people as possible. We're not doing enough to get non-console people into console gaming. And we're not going to attract them by doing more of the same stuff we're doing now." Although he didn't use the word stuff. And Phil Spencer echoes that by saying, "You can't succeed unless you draw in customers from other publishers and other platforms. And because you're not finding new customers with the games that you're building, everybody's kind of fighting over the same size pie." So obviously there's a change in the wind, where the industry looks to be heading to a more unified approach, where exclusivity will look different to how it looks right now. I mean, with the recent huge success of Sea of Thieves on the PlayStation, with it being the #1 most pre-ordered game on PlayStation Store, it makes financial sense to push your content to more users and generate more income. So this is the apparent fix for the problem. Although a part of me feels we don't need our games to be so over-bloated and over-encumbered. I mean, do we need the biggest open world? Do we need to see intricate details and character faces? I mean, should we go back to simpler games? And would that even reduce the cost of game development? So what are your thoughts? Will we see Mario on Xbox? Will we see God of War on Nintendo? Will we see Halo on PlayStation? It could very well be that we'll all end up getting high-end PCs and play PlayStation, Xbox and Nintendo games all on the one system. Well, maybe not Nintendo games. If you got to the end of this video, then please do like and subscribe.